Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Rank where I climb the online VGC 20 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. Today we're jumping right into things. In the last episode we featured a really cool Gmax Alcremie team, so today I'll be playing with it just for a couple more games, and I think I'll probably rotate through teams every 2 to 3 episodes or so. Seems like that's been working out decently well, so yeah, we're going to jump into today's episode. Alright, first game of the day, we're up against a Sand team with Venusaur. Pretty standard stuff for the most part, nothing too crazy here. So let's see. Hitmontop is obviously quite good against the Sand combination. Alcremie is not bad because it can change the weather, it can heal back a lot, and if we intimidate the Excadrill, I mean, like, there's a decent chance that we also just can't get KO'd immediately, and then we can go for some max moves. Question is what I want to lead with. Hitmontop and Alcremie is actually kind of interesting here. You can't put me to sleep. We can max immediately and just self-bullet punch to activate the weakness policy. And also get the, I also have Sweet Veil, so Venusaur's relatively irrelevant. So I'm thinking Hitmontop, Alcremie, Arcanine. I think double Intimidate will be really useful in this matchup because there's Tyranitar and Excadrill, and we've got Choice Band on the Arcanine as well. One thing we can do with Alcremie is change the weather into sun, which could be interesting. I'm not the biggest fan of Gengar here. So it's between Togekiss and Clefairy as the last Pokemon. Both are kind of compelling. But I think Clef might actually be better in this game because I think Alcremie is actually super solid here. So I'm going to try to protect the Alcremie basically in this game and see how things go. Togekiss definitely could have made some sense, but since Clef is more unique on this team, I also want to feature it. So yeah, going to jump into today's episode. As always, if you guys enjoy, please show your support by leaving a like. I'd really appreciate it. And my question of the day is, what Pokemon do you guys want to see featured next on Road to Rank? We've tried a lot of cool stuff in the last couple of weeks. I think Gmax Toxtricity is definitely something I'm interested in, so that's something that I'm looking towards. But definitely let me know in the comments below. Okay, it's going to be Venusaur and Rotom against Hitmontop Alcremie. So you can't put us to sleep, so Venusaur doesn't scare me that much. I'm leaning towards... There's a lot of options here. The problem is I don't know who's going to max here. Part of me wants to self-bullet punch. I'm just worried about max Venusaur and then max Ooze into Alcremie. I think that could be problematic. But part of me wants to go for the self-bullet punch. Just get the weakness policy going. And max. And Gmax Finale. I'm gonna go for that, yeah. I think Venusaur here might max, but without knowing for sure. Like, if I knew who was gonna max, I would fake out whoever wasn't maxing and probably Calm Mind. So, let's see if Venusaur actually maxes. The thing is, if Venusaur maxes, I do have Banded Arcanine to deal with it. So Venusaur is gonna max, which means we're probably gonna see some max uses, but in this case, then I probably didn't need to self-bullet punch to activate weakness policy. I am worried. I don't think max use and Thunderbolt should KO. It's kind of dicey though. Yeah, better play would have been to fake out Rotom, which I think is more likely to max anyway. Like, Venusaur maxing puts on early pressure, but because we've got Banded Arcanine in the back, it's actually not that much of a problem for us, I think. I didn't want to flare it here because they're often Focus Sash. I don't want to set up the sun for it. That would be bad. Okay, so we'll get the weakness policy going. If it is max Ooze Thunderbolt, it's going to do a lot of damage, but I don't think that KOs. Let's see. Oh, Rotom's faster, actually. So we should definitely survive this, then. Yep, there's the max Ooze. Okay. Yeah, we survived. So we should knock out Rotom, obviously, with the Gmax Finale. Life Orb Venusaur, too. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's good to confirm. The reason why that's really good to confirm is because that means our Arcanine should be able to just demolish it. I think what we can do this next turn is actually guard with Alcremie and switch out the Hitmontop into Clefairy. Depends on what comes in here. We could also just attack, but I think if you have Togekiss, maybe you bring that out. It's Excadrill. That also makes sense. Not Mold Breaker. Okay. Now I obviously want to switch out. I don't think Iron Head KOs. No, yeah, Iron Head's definitely not KOing him on top, but I'd like to get the free switch into Arcanine. Like, I really want to Intimidate here. Actually, I think Sucker Punching just to break Excadrill's Sash here is fine. I'm going to Sucker Punch and Max Guard. Because I think Hitmontop probably gets targeted down here by one Pokemon, so that gives me a free switch into whatever I want. And Sucker Punch here breaks the Sash, so both of these Pokemon are in KO range from Arcanine right now. Okay, you went for Iron Head onto Alcremie. I wonder if it was a double up. No. Max Quake. It's interesting. Okay. Wow, that almost a KO's Hitmontop outright. Life Orb Venusaur is strong. Okay. But, like I said, this gives me the free switch into my Arcanine now, which is good. Okay, so let's bring out Arcanine here. Now, presumably, Tyranitar is going to be my opponent's last one. So, I'm leaning towards... Max Quick should knock out from Venusaur, though, which is scary, I guess. But I think it's fine to maybe just go for a Flare Blitz here. Because Excadrill isn't KOing us after the Intimidate. And just G-Max Finale into Excadrill. I think that should KO. I don't want to set up the Sun in case Venusaur Max Guards here, which it does. Okay. So let's see if it's Iron Head into us. I don't know if that KOs Alcremie. Ooh, he's actually Earthquake. That shouldn't KO either, then. He could be Banded, I guess, but I don't think Banded KOs either. Beautiful. Oh, that's perfect. I think that should be game, then. Because we'll heal back with Finale here as well. Let's see if this KOs Excadrill. It does not, which makes me think it's Assault Vested. I can't say with confidence yet, but that makes sense. Okay, well, it's in Sucker Punch KO range, that's for sure. So we know it has Earth Power. I think it's better to actually Flare Blitz the Excadrill here then. He could switch out Excadrill into Tyranitar, or sorry, Venusaur into Tyranitar. That'd be kind of risky though. Okay, like Arcanine's our win con here. We saw Earthquake. I don't even know if Tyranitar's in the back. Presumably it is though. Yeah, I don't think we can lose Arcanine. Flare Blitzing into Venusaur is pretty safe because it protected last turn. Or we could Flare Blitz Excadrill and Mystical Fire Venusaur. Okay, Venusaur switches out. Yeah, that was bad. I should have Dazzling Gleamed. Let's see if he KOs with EQ. He actually definitely does, yeah. Oh, but you went for Iron Head onto Alcremie. Okay. Then that should be game, I think. I played this endgame a little poorly, I think. But... yeah. Like, I figured if you were in an EQ there, you do a lot of damage to yourself, and then I still have Hitmontop, which does have Sucker Punch. So I think that should actually just seal up the game now, because we can just bring out Hitmontop, fake out the Tyranitar. Ooh, wait. I still have to be careful here. Yeah, because Hitmontop is really low. We've got close combat on Arcanine, so that's obviously our best way of dealing with Tyranitar. Because I think here you just fake out, or sorry, you protect the Venusaur. And Rock Slide. Protect Venusaur and Rock Slide. I don't have any attacking moves with Clef, that's the problem. So I need to save a close combat. Okay, so I think I'm actually going to switch out into Clefairy and close combat Tyranitar here. Yeah. Actually, if Hitmontop's faster than Tyranitar, which I actually think it should be, maybe it would have been better just to click Flare Blitz close combat there instead of switching out. There's the Protect. Yep, as expected. Let's see. Oh, he just double protected. Okay, that also makes sense. It's gonna be a close finish. Do we Feign from Sand here on Hitmontop? It's close. Ooh, we hang on. Okay. If we hung on, then it would have been better just to have stayed in, I think. I'm just going to follow me here. And close combat. Tyranitar. I think him on top should be faster. So I think we should be good. But I botched this endgame up a little bit, I think. The Tyranitar switching was relatively obvious, and we were fortunate the Arcanine didn't go down there that turn, especially because I was Mystical Firing there into the Tyranitar switching. Okay, Venusaur's actually going to Earth Power. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, take those. And we're faster. Okay, nice. Yeah, that's what I figured. But because we're faster, and because I obviously should have been able to tell how much damage we were taking from Sandstorm just by doing the math, the better play in this endgame would have been to stay in with Arcanine and just Flare Blitz close combat. There was no way my opponent had out of that. Unless they double protect. Yeah. They would have needed a double protect on Tyranitar. But then what we probably do is switch out the him on top on the second turn. I don't know. Now we obviously win for sure, but I don't think this was the cleanest of games on my end. In the sense that I think the turn that I went for the Flare Blitz Mystical Fire was kind of shady, because I think the Tyranitar switch in there was really obvious. It didn't end up mattering because Arcanine didn't get targeted down there, but I think I would have preferred to have clicked Dazzling Gleam in that position. I was also thinking, like, I mean, Arcanine beats everything at that point, so I needed to play that as our win condition a little bit better, but Follow Me Flare Blitz should just seal it up here. Really interesting game, though. Yeah, Rotom being faster shouldn't actually have been too surprising because his base speed is faster, but that was good. We took less damage from that. Alcremie was honestly a solid Pokemon to max in this game. Like, I really wanted to bring in the Clef, but once the Excadrill came out, I felt like I needed to go for Intimidate. It also might have been better to just go... No, I was going to say to go for the Max Flare onto Excadrill, but that would set up the Sun, which actually would have been pretty bad. Although I guess since my opponent Tyranitar is the last one, they actually would have reset the weather back into Sand, but I didn't know 100% whether Tyranitar was in the back or not. So, Alcremie here was pretty solid. You know, I was able to take out Knockout and basically do 50%. Also healed back the opponent's Arcanine. It wasn't AV Excadrill, so I guess I just underestimated Alcremie's power there against Excadrill with G-Max Finale. So in that position, actually, Max Overgrowth is probably better just to knock out the Excadrill, I think. Because if we knock out Excadrill, then Arcanine just wins the game at that point. So I think I needed to play to my win cons a little bit better. And we did win, but I don't know. It wasn't like the best of games on my end because I made some slight errors there towards the end. Ooh, really interesting team here. Meowstic, Male, Dusknoir, Goodra, Arcanine, Lapras, and Togedemaru. So lots of interesting stuff. Okay. Alcremie isn't bad. Definitely not bad. I could go the Gengar Alcremie route this game. Just go for Sludge Wave, Max, and Max Overgrowth. That actually doesn't feel too bad in this matchup, I think. Could also try to get multiple Calm Minds up, honestly. If I wanted to go with the Calm Mind route, what would I do? Lead probably Hitmontop Alcremie and just fake out Calm Mind turn 1. Snarl Arcanine could be a major pain to deal with. If we get one Calm Mind off and then we max Self Bullet Punch, that would be pretty sick. Okay, I'm gonna lead Gengar. That puts some pressure against Dusknoir and Meowstic as well. Who do I want in the back? So Goodra's scary. I want Arcanine here. I mean, can Wild Charge Lapras? I actually think I should be supporting Alcremie as much as possible in this game. You know what? I'm actually going to go the Calm Mind route. I'm going to Hitmontop, Alcremie, Clef, and for the last one, Arcanine. Actually, I think maybe Togekiss is alright too, but I don't know. Togekiss's Dazzling Gleams don't really do much damage here because his Choice Scarf, like, it doesn't really do anything other than get maybe 1 to 2 attacks off. So, could have brought it maybe for the potential to trick things here, but yeah. Alright, let's see how things shake up. Yeah, I really think like full Alcremie support here could be really solid, especially if we get a Calm Mind off. It is going to be a Lapras coming out with Togedemaru, okay? So this is interesting because Alcremie's not in a bad spot, but I'm worried about Super Fang. I'm not sure I can Calm Mind here either, but I think I should still go for it. Yeah, I'm gonna Calm Mind turn 1 and close combat the Togedemaru. Fake outing is actually better here. Yeah, just to guarantee it doesn't do anything but fake out. Unless it actually fake outs the Alcremie. Which is possible. So I think I'm actually going to close combat, yeah. I am worried about, like, Iron Head. Lapras is going to max, which isn't too surprising, but I think if we get a Calm Mind off, we should win the G-Max war here. This turn 1 might have been a little too risky on my end, though. A safer play we could have been done with just a guarantee and a limit. I also want to see who's faster between Lapras and Alcremie, because I honestly do not know. Okay, he's going to go for Fake Out. Ah, okay. Did target Alcremie. So we could have just maxed there outright. Hitmontop's faster than Lapras too, which is good to know though. Close Combat brings that down to its Sash, so it is in Sucker Punch KO range now. Let's see who Lapras is targeting. Yeah, it's unfortunate we don't get a Calm Mind off there. Okay, so Lapras is going to be the slowest thing on the field. It does Resonance into Alcremie. Yeah, so if we just max turn 1, that would have been great, but that's fine. It's not the end of the world here for us. I think what we want to do this next turn is Sucker Punch to KO the... Could even Calm Mind here, actually. No, I don't like that. Actually, instead of Sucker Punch, we can just Bullet Punch. I think that's better. Bullet Punch to knock out... Oh, definitely not want to run. You probably max Geyser. I don't want to activate a weakness policy, so I think I'll probably just try to heal back up. So, Finale and Sucker Punch. Oh, no, sorry, Bullet Punch. Yeah, no reason to Sucker Punch when Bullet Punch is guaranteed damage on anything that comes in. I mean, that damage is probably going to be negligible, but still. So turn 1 could have been better. Like, if I maxed Alcremie there, I would have been in a really good spot. I guess not necessarily, because it's not like I'm doing much damage there, and I do essentially waste the turn on max, because Alcremie's faster. But we would have taken less damage, which would have been the main thing. We'll be able to heal back here, obviously, with Finale, though. So Bullet Punch will knock out the Togedemaru, which is good. That's actually really important, because if we didn't KO Togedemaru, maybe could have activated Weakness Policy on Lapras, and that would cause some problems. But now we'll G-Max Finale, we'll heal back. But like I said, I really wanted to maybe get a Calm Mind off in this game, because if I do, then after Weakness Policy, Alcremie probably just sweeps. But it's not the end of the world. It's actually going to have Resonance again. I wonder if Togedemaru was like self-brick-breaking there. Okay, does a fair amount of damage. But obviously it doesn't KO us, which is good. But all my eggs are kind of in the Alcremie basket, so it's kind of problematic. Like, it's not a terrible position, but it's also honestly not a great position to be in. As Goodra comes out, okay. I wonder if Bullet Punch and Finale just KOs Goodra. These Weakness Policy, probably not, but we do have double close combat in the back here. So I think I'm actually going to go for... Yeah, because Dynamax... Our other play is to protect Alcremie, switch out into Clefairy. That might actually be a little bit more consistent, honestly. Yeah. Just to burn the last turn of Dynamax on the opposing. I really wanted to play aggressive here, but I think this is probably a little bit more consistent. Goodra also could outspeed Alcremie. I don't know how fast it is. Okay. Yep, there's Sludge Bomb. You probably have to follow me this next turn then. Max Geyser, yep. Okay. So what's interesting here is that we... Ooh, that does a lot of damage. We can change the weather, but I think it's better just to follow me and heal back here. I don't know the item on it. I think it's going to be Weakness Policy. Only 2 turns of screens left. Yeah, I want a G-Max Finale here and follow me. I think we should survive a Hydro Pump after healing back up. Then Dynamax ends. Ooh, he's actually going to switch out Goodra. Into Arcanine. That's a good switch. Yeah, Arcanine, I think, was one of the Pokemon that I was worried about. Now, we do have our Banded Arcanine, which obviously can help out a bunch here. Close Combat's actually going to do a fair amount of damage to everything on my opponent's end. If Lapras doesn't KO Clef here, that would be huge. I don't know if it's Hydro Pump or a weaker Water type attack. Although we will heal back with Finale anyway first, so maybe we just survive outright. Okay. Perhaps I should have just stayed in and tried to snipe off the... I don't know if we were KOing Goodra even with Helping Hand... Or, sorry, with Weakness Policy activated. That's the main problem. And he's going for Blind Blizzard? Oh my god, really? And it hits both. Well, that's frustrating. Okay. Let's see. Kind of feel forced to follow me here. It is the last turn of screens here. And I think we try to win with just close combating things in this endgame. Now, opponent could pick up a double KO here. I don't know if Flare Blitz knocks out in rain. Because what I want to do is Dazzling Gleam here, just for more chip damage. I guess Follow Me Dazzling Gleam is safe. I can't believe he went for Blind Blizzard, though. Oh, he's got E-Speed. Does that KO us? It does. That's bad. Oh, man. But I guess that Blizzard makes sense, because if you chip away at Alcremie, then... like, Alcremie is the main thing you need to hit. He also has Thunder. Interesting. Okay. Let's see if screens end here. Yeah, so it's probably weakness policy. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Banded Arcanine on my opponent's end, too. I think we probably lose, though. We needed to get maybe a KO there that last turn to switch out. I actually think a better play would have been to switch Alcremie out into Arcanine and go for a Follow Me there. Although I guess if Arcanine gets a KO as my Clef, which was pretty low HP, then Lapras could go for a Water type attack and that would wreck our Arcanine. It's not over though, but I think if my opponent plays it smart, you switch out your Arcanine into Goodra. Also comes down to how fast Goodra is relative to Hitmontop. I think I have to fake out the Lapras here and close combat the Arcanine. We are max speed Arcanine, right? So, with Choice Band... Yeah, okay, so Arcanine switches out. That's not surprising. That's pretty expected. I mean, Banded Close Combat should do a fair amount to Goodra. Lapras doesn't protect, okay. Yeah, I mean, I think this was the only play we could have gone for this turn, at least. Let's see how much we do here. It's actually really good damage. We know Hitmontop's faster than the Lapras, too. The thing is, you could obviously switch out Arcanine for Intimidate, and Goodra might just have a sliver of HP after that. It's really close. It looks like it's just around 40%, so Banded Close Combat honestly might still KO. But the thing is, I don't know if Hitmontop Close Combat knocks out Lapras. My opponent could also switch Goodra out into Arcanine and then try to snipe my Arcanine off. There's a lot of mind games here. I think I double up on the Lapras, honestly. Yeah, I mean, my opponent has more options than me right now, so it comes down to what they do. They stay in. Okay. Well, if Hitmontop is faster than Goodra and Close Combat just KOs, I think we win. Although, no, I mean, if my opponent does have Banded Arcanine, which he probably is in the back, I think we probably still lose. How fast is Goodra? He's faster and he has Surf. Okay. Yeah, then we needed... I mean, I was predicting maybe Goodra going to want to switch out there. But it didn't, so, yeah. It was Life Orb, too. Honestly, maybe Close Combat would have knocked out Lapras, but you see, the problem with if I Close Combat Goodra and with Arcanine, and then Close Combat the Lapras with my Hitmontop is if Arcanine switches in, then Lapras is definitely surviving the Close Combat. I don't think it survives, honestly, with that range, though. But even with those close combats, Arcanine might still have been able to clutch it out, especially if it was Banded, because then you could just Banded Extreme Speed, I think. That probably KOs my Arcanine in -2 defense. It would have been close, but fun game. The main turn I messed up this game was not expecting the E-Speed, which has higher priority than Follow Me. So, yeah, I'll just Sucker Punch here. I mean, even a crit Sucker Punch won't KO. But this was a close game, for sure. Turn 1... would have probably just been better if we maxed, just because then I'd get a knockout immediately. Yeah, maybe max flaring would have been fine. Like, if we gone for max flare, just KO the Togedemaru immediately, get that out of the way. That could have been better. So, yeah, it was an interesting game for sure. I think I could have played a little bit better. If we got that Calm Mind off, this game would have been super different as well, because even one Calm Mind changes the dynamic of it a fair amount, so... Nice play by my opponent to actually go for the fake out on Alcremie. I thought surely they'd have to worry about the Dynamax, so I didn't think it would get targeted there. But we'll play one more game with this team. Let's see. Gengar, I don't think would have really offered us too much. I'm actually fine with the Pokemon we brought. Clefairy was probably a little bit more useless than I would hoped, especially because it was Life Orb Goodra. I think Togekiss might have been... Scarf Togekiss actually probably would have been better. And in that endgame, like, I could have went for Close Combat onto the Goodra and then got into Close Combat off with Hitmontop against Lapras. That play probably was better, but I was thinking maybe Goodra risks it there and switches out into Arcanine. Although I guess Arcanine probably wins that endgame anyway, depending on the item. I'm expecting ban, because most E-Speed Arcanines have choice ban, but I can't confirm that. Okay, we're up against another Clefairy here, which is interesting. I think Scarf Togekiss has to come out in this matchup. Charizard is what really scares me here. But I'm actually thinking about Togekiss Arcanine. Mainly because Arcanine has banded Wild Charge. Yeah, my opponent can't set up the Sun either. Unless they are not maxed or they have Sunny Day on something. Okay, so I want to go Togekiss Arcanine. Hitmontop does not seem very good here. So I'm thinking maybe Clef and Alcremie. Because even Alcremie without Dynamax is pretty... Or sorry, Alcremie with Max is really good here. We just have to KO Charizard first. I think Charizard's not a good matchup for this team at all. I will say that. But alright, let's try this out. Now, obviously, by leading Arcanine, I do risk Passimian coming out immediately as a lead, but I think that's fine if it does because we have Togekiss. Maybe a little risky. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I'm still thinking about that endgame in the last one. I also don't know if Banded E-Speed knocks out Arcanine at -2 defense. I want to say it does. Okay, looks like it's Rotom and Passimian. Ooh. Okay. Well, this means Passimian probably maxes. You would think so. So it's at +1. I wonder if Max Togekiss and Flare Blitz just knocks out Passimian. If we let like Alcremie and Clef, we actually would have been in a really good spot. Got Air Slash, Dazzling Gleam. Want to ban Flare. I mean, we could just get double KO'd here, honestly. We might have to max. Maxing is so shoddy, though. I mean, you probably Hydro Pump. Actually, I think I'm going to go for this. I'm going to max Airstream and switch out Arcanine into Clefairy. Yeah. That way I get the Friend Guard off. I mean, it is pretty possible that Togekiss gets doubled up into with like Max Steel Spike Thunderbolt. Rotom switches out though, which is a good start. If Charizard comes in, I'll actually feel great about that. Oh, it's actually Clefairy on their own end. Oof. Okay. So that's one interesting thing you could do, right? By bringing out Clef, you give yourself more added bulk, basically, which is always interesting. Okay, so Togekiss is gonna max. Obviously, Passimian's gonna max too. Now we do have the speed advantage and Helping Hand, which is good. Oh, there's no max from Passimian. Now that's really interesting. Wow, we would have just KO'd outright there if the Clefairy didn't switch in. Okay. That's definitely interesting. He's gonna go for knockoff, but that's actually totally fine. As he sees my choice scarf. I mean, do you max here? That'd be super risky. I want a Helping Hand here and just do as much damage as possible. Is there a reason to Starfall? I don't think so. I'm just gonna... We should survive like a Steel type attack, I think. I'm gonna max Starfall, I think, and just... maybe Follow Me is still safer here. Especially because we're faster. Yeah, there's no need for the added damage right now. I'm just gonna max Follow Me. Sorry, I should have maxed Airstream there. Yeah, so Passimian doesn't max, but I think my opponent's waiting to max Rotom, which makes a lot of sense. Okay, so Clef is Follow Me as well, yep. It's gonna be probably Iron Head from the Passimian. Okay, Max Starfall comes out. Ooh, that does over half. Okay, that's good. That's actually very good. Especially if Clef actually goes down here to an Iron Head. That would actually be ideal. Wait, he's actually just going for knockoff. That's interesting. Okay. So one more turn of Max. Given that Togekiss is faster, I think I protect here and KO the Clef. Yeah, I'm going to protect and max Airstream here. Passimian not maxing turn was interesting, but I actually think that was smart because my opponent wants to conserve the Dynamax on Rotom in this endgame. Clef follow protects. That's interesting, though, because I might get a double knockout this next turn. And I think it's better to target Clef because I really don't want Clef out next to something else. Well, actually, Dazzling Gleam probably doesn't KO, but Helping Hand Dazzling Gleam should KO. Let's see what Passimian targeted here. Was it Clef or Togekiss? Okay, it was Iron Head into the Clef. Yeah. So we can Helping Hand Dazzling Gleam here. And I think that's what we go for. My opponent doesn't really have switch-ins other than Charizard. So, I mean, it's obviously a decent start for us, but we've given up Dynamax, and my opponent still has Dynamax, and I think they have a lot of scary Pokemon like in Dynamax. In the Charizard, the Durant, the Rotom as well. So, let's see. I think Helping Hand Dazzling Gleam should pick up the KO on both. I actually don't know if it knocks out Clefairy. It might hang on with a bit, which would be bad. But, yeah, we knock out Passimian, which is good. Define Passimian wasn't as big of a threat, ultimately. And Follow Me comes out. Okay, good. Yeah, so no reason not to Dazzle here. I really hope we knock out Clef. Okay, so we pick up a double KO. We're up 4-2 now. We don't have our Choice Scarf or our Eviolite anymore, so obviously we're going to be taking a lot of damage. But Clefairy still has Friend Guard. Now, the main thing, once again, is that my opponent has not Dynamaxed, which is a problem. So the question is, who do you Dynamax and who's in the back for you right now? So I think Rotom could really mess us up. And the last one is going to be Durant. Huh. Well, that's really interesting, because Togekiss just snipes Durant with Heat Wave. So, I think here we just Heat Wave and Follow Me. Durant probably protects, but if this becomes a 4v1, even with Dynamax, I think it's fine. And if Durant attacks for some reason here then and maxes, then it definitely loses. But I don't know what ball that is. Or I don't know what Pokemon was in that ball. This guy's maxing Durant. If he's not Aqua Berry or Focus Sash, I should just be getting killed. Unless we miss. That's the one fear. But that's why I was going for these max Airstreams, so that I could outspeed Durant after Dynamax ended. So this is where offensive Togekiss could really come up huge for us. Alright, if we don't miss Heat Wave, this is going to be great. I mean, it'll be game. Heat Wave connects. Oh, thank goodness. Nice. Yeah, I figured, like, Heat Wave is always the correct play to go for there, though, because we crit the Durant, but I don't think that matters. This is, like, max special attack and speed Togekiss. Yeah, like, if Rotom maxes, I don't even know if it KOs the Clefairy, and we outspeed with Togekiss anyway, so the only option for my... Oh, actually, never mind, that definitely KOs. Is that Specs? Or Life Orb? Probably Life Orb, right? No. I guess Clef without Eviolite is just that weak. Yeah, I'm going to bring out... I can even steal the Rotom's item. I mean, my opponent wasted a Dynamax, basically. So, you know, one thing we were able to do is, like, put my opponent in a weird spot where, like, they couldn't Dynamax until, like, late game. And if Rotom Dynamaxes, like I said, then that's fine. Even if just knocking out regular Durant is fine. And I figured we could win, like, 4v1 against Rotom. Especially with Follow Me. Clef goes down there. You'd have to max Geyser. But then I think Heat Wave probably still knocks out Durant, even in rain. It would have been closer, at least. Kind of want to trick to steal the Rotom's item away here. Yeah, I'm going to trick and Calm Mind here, actually. No, I mean, that's aggressive. Why not just attack? I just wanted to figure out what item I had, but I think Dazzling Gleam Giga Drain's also fine here. Yeah, okay. So, this game was interesting. There wasn't really any RNG here in the end. It was just offensive Togekiss just sweeping through. But I guess it made sense that Passimian didn't Dynamax. I thought if it Dynamaxed and a max Steel Spiked a bunch, that could have been good, but I think... What my opponent was worried about was me having Babiri Berry plus the Clefairy with redirection support would make it a little bit tougher. But the fact we were able to get so much free damage on Passimian turn 1 was really, really good. And then we were able to just roll through with that. So, yeah. I think that second game, I actually want to calc things right now because I am curious about how that endgame would have played out. The first question would Hitmontop been able to KO Lapras in the range that it was at? And then the second question is, does Arcanine... Yeah, okay. Hitmontop close combat was definitely KOing Lapras in that range, I think. So, then the question is, does Arcanine Banded... How much does that do to us with Extreme Speed? Assuming it was E-Speed Arcanine with Choice Band. So we would have been at -2 defense on our Arcanine. He would have been neutral. It's a roll. Oh, no. Wait, it's a guaranteed KO, it looks like. Nope, it's a roll. It's a very... I had a chance of surviving, assuming he was admin. If he was Jolly, then we'd have a better chance of surviving. So, our best play in Game 2 would have been to close combat. Well, I mean, the thing is, once again, if you switch in the Intimidate... Well, let's see, actually, Hitmontop might have still KO'd through Intimidate. Like, I'm just used to Lapras being so bulky, but obviously screens weren't up at that point. And -1 attack. Yeah, we actually had a chance of KOing, so I think the correct play would have always been to close combat Goodra with Arcanine and close combat Lapras, and then hope that we survive at Banded Extreme Speed. Even if we don't, I mean, how much does Hitmontop do against Arcanine with close combat Sucker Punch? Not enough damage. So, yeah. And we also weren't sure that it was banded Arcanine. It might have been non-banded just with Extreme Speed, although I'm fairly confident it was choice banded there. But, yeah, I think our correct play in Game 2 would have been to close combat Goodra with Arcanine and then close combat Lapras. And based off how my opponent played out that turn, we actually would have picked up a double KO. And then it's a 2v1 position with -2 Arcanine, -1 Hitmontop against the Arcanine. And then, like I said, we have to hope to survive Extreme Speed from the opposing Arcanine. And the roll is not super high, but at least that gives us a... So, yeah. Misplayed the endgame of Game 2, I think, a little bit, but that's fine. Just gotta learn from that. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this one, guys. Let me know if you enjoyed this team. I'm down to play one more episode with it tomorrow, so if people still want to see more of this team, let me know in the comments below. If you'd rather see me switch to something else, also let me know. And thank you guys for watching. As always, if you guys enjoyed, please share your support by leaving a like, and hopefully catch you guys on stream either today or tomorrow. If not, then I'll see you in the next Road to Rank. And, yeah, be well and safe, guys. Take care.